you. Yeah, hi. This is Clay Nelson and Susan Nelson on the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. You know that song, You Are So Wonderful, Just Being Near You?
Yeah.
Ooh, move closer. Whoa. Okay, now we're talking about having fun and with family and not having to drive anywhere. I mean, what would it be like? Think about it. What would it be like to not have to drive somewhere to be entertained? And to just have as much fun as you could ever have, and even more fun just being with your family. Think about that. Most people nowadays can't wait to either get in front of a computer or get away from each other.
Or TV or...
You know, that's a way to mentally get away, you know. But, yeah, that was a good thought, though. How'd I do?
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
So it's easy to get all wrapped up in stuff. Our kids get wrapped up in having the latest toy, video game, MP3 player, mobile telephone. Boy, that's a story, huh? Remember that time we went with CJ to get his new mobile telephone? They wanted $450 for a telephone. And I went, I don't think so. And CJ looks at me like, well, why not, Dad?
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I got to have it. And we get all wrapped up in providing for our kids with the ideal everything, or we get so wrapped up in preparing for stuff we're going to do that it sucks all the life out of what we're doing and all the fun out of what we're preparing to do. And in the midst of all these gotta haves and I gotta do's and I gotta do these, mentally we forget to just be a mom, which you do so well.
Thank you.
Just be a dad, which I forget all the time. Just be a grandparent, or just be a son, or just be a daughter, or just be a grandson or a granddaughter. You know, family's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. If you think about it, you go through your whole life doing all kinds of stuff, but when you get ready to complete your life, all you want is your family around you. That's all you want. You know, money can't hug you. You want your dog and your family, or your cat and your family, or your horse and cat and dog and your family, depending on what kind of a ranch you have. Some people have pet pigs and stuff, but let's not go there. Now, we forget that being happy and having fun together as a family really doesn't require anything other than the participants being together and just being committed to have fun. You know, like have an imagination. You know what I mean? It's like Susan and I go out for Harley rides all the time. And she has gotten to a place now to where I can be safely driving down the road, and all of a sudden I feel this knock, knock, knock on my helmet, and that means pull over. And she wants to pull over and show me what's going on geologically because she's a geologist. And I got to tell you, I hate to admit this, but I learned a lot of stuff from you, honey.
Well, thanks.
I mean, it's been really cool to see why that lump in the ground is there, or why that rock is there, or
why the mountain's
or why
there,
the mountain's the color it is,
yeah,
or why the water is where it is, or how that ridge or that whatever it is, how it got there. And it all makes sense. I never have really figured out why I need to know all that. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't need to.
Well,
but
yeah, but the truth is, over a period of time, you've been telling me about geology now for probably, 5 years, 6 years?
8.
8, oh, sorry, 8. Well, I mean, at least 8 years.
Well, maybe 7.
7, okay. And I'm actually starting to see the importance of it, of knowing where we come from, you know?
Yes.
And good old Dr. Gray has been with us for how many years?
Well, I've known him for 6 years.
I know, but he's the head of the geology department, right?
Yes.
Up at Santa Barbara City College?
Yes.
And isn't he kind of renowned and stuff? I mean,
yes.
So
can I add something to this conversation?
Oh, is this possibly a lead-in for something you wanted to do?
Well, yes.
Okay, go.
Yes, okay. Well, I just want to acknowledge the City College, Santa Barbara City College, as being a wonderful school, no doubt. And they have the most awesome geology department with the greatest teachers I have ever known. And the head of the department, he's been there for over 40 years. His name is Dr. Robert Gray.
40 years is the head of the department?
Well, I don't know exactly head, but he's been
in geology,
the cornerstone, if you will.
So he's been teaching geology for over 40 years.
And he's been in geology since, I don't know, the 50s.
My God, how many years young is he, you think?
Well, I don't know if you'd appreciate me saying
Well, he's over 25, right?
He's over 25,
okay,
yes. He's a very young man.
I did good on that, Dr. Gray.
You did. Anyway, this year on April 20th, he was awarded by the American Association of Petroleum Geologists, the AAPG, he was awarded the Grover E. Murray Distinguished Educator Award by the AAPG, and he is the first community college teacher to ever win this award.
Wow.
And they've been giving out this award for over 70 years.
You're kidding me.
The first community college teacher in over 70 years.
That's really
cool. Can you believe
cool.
that? I mean, isn't that awesome?
That's really cool. Is this picture in the paper someplace?
You know, I haven't seen it anywhere. The only thing I know about, there was a letter to the editor.
Somebody get a camera.
The only thing I know is that there was a letter to the editor.
Yeah.
From one of his former students back in the early 70s, who is Dr. Gray changed his world around. He has become a geologist, and I have met the man, and he's given us tours on some of the field trips that we've been on.
Yeah.
And that's the only indication.
Well, you know how we always make difference for people on the block and
Yeah.
for cleaning up the pool and
Yeah.
for helping the, shall we say, older folks in our association. Why don't we put together something for Dr. Gray where we go take a photograph and go put it up everywhere and just say, this guy is way cool. And that wouldn't cost any money.
Well, no, it wouldn't. And
Wouldn't take any gas
you know,
either.
he's such a humble man anyway. I think that the important thing for him would be to really acknowledge the geology department at City College.
You mean that's what he would want to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I believe so. But we could put his
You
picture
mean I
in
have
there.
to say something nice
pretty
about
cute, you know.
geology? Oh, my God. Okay, all right, good. So,
So-
anyway, so let me read this. So the award again was,
The-
Dr. Gray, you are so cool. You're the only person in 70 years to get the Grover E. Murray Distinguished Educator Award.
As a community college teacher.
As a community college
It's
teacher.
usually been given.
I mean, that is huge.
It's been given to four-year universities
Yeah,
that have
yeah.
a big research program.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what else I heard about Dr. Gray is the dude can dance, too. He really knows how to dance. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
I've heard.
Okay, well, Dr. Gray, we're proud of you. We're proud to know you. Thanks for being in our world, and thanks for having fun and not using any gasoline. It's really cool. That's today's show.
And congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Now,
Okay.
all right, now, so we're back to just being moms and dads and grandparents and grandsons and granddaughters. And you know, back when I was in Idaho, we used to go and we'd have barbecues, and they'd have 15 or 20 people out by the river and in the backyard with giant barbecues and kids playing, and there's rope swings and all kinds of stuff, and it was hotter than Hades, you know, and they'd be drinking beer and soft drinks and talking and just having a good time, and we'd spend the whole day there, and nobody would drive anywhere. You understand? So why can't you do that now? Why can't we just... We don't have to have everybody in from Idaho. We can just have everybody in our house just get together and have some fun.
Exactly. You know, I think there's a lot of families in the Santa Barbara area that do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it ought to be done more. I think we should stop being run by this fuel crisis thing, all right? And just slow the train down. Don't go anywhere. All right? Now, we got to take a break, and when we get back, I'm going to tell you about how weekend before last, Susan and I Friday night made this list of all the things we need to go and buy and do, and we did it in one trip in the car. We didn't do a bunch of 10 other trips. Did it in one trip, got all the stuff, came home, and then we just rested, had a beer, did a jacuzzi, laid around, hung out. Then the next morning, got up and started doing things on the weekend because we had all the stuff we needed.
That's right.
So you're listening to the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and the name of the show is what? What is the name of the show? Having fun with family, duh, and not having to drive anywhere. Good idea, huh? Come on back.